Hi everybody, welcome to the TED Talk, and today I'm going to be talking about the gold company, Barrick Gold Corporation. They've been around for about 36 years, so they pretty much know what works, what doesn't. They take pride in their company and what they've built over the years, and just from their site, originally they just say, effective governance is the foundation of our performance and success as a publicly traded gold mine company. They take everything serious for them because they need it to help them grow, and if you don't grow, you're not going anywhere. You could only be going down. So this company also follows the four main guidelines relatively that Pollock structure. We'll just start with planning. So they make sure that wherever they're digging, it won't ruin the environment, it won't ruin areas around them, that all the rules and the regulations of the country that they're in are followed. They say we must treat our partners with dignity and respect their human rights, and that's just honestly just means talking to the customers, making sure that everything is okay, because if something were to go wrong, everything just falls back on the company, and it's just not good. It's not good for the company, not good for the workers, stuff like that. Next is how they organize. They do this by maintaining their license to operate. It is the responsibility for the GMs and the executive director to keep this thing going so they can keep digging. This is just their whole job. Like, they need the gold, they need the extraction points, and relatively half of their digging is done in Nevada, and they are based in Toronto, so they do need the global license, I believe, or it's relative to that. And just their structure relates, like, it's built to have a positive relationship with the communities and with the government, so that they'll keep letting you come back in, letting you dig, and just to keep them happy. One of the big thing with communications is that they talk to that country. They'll pay their taxes on everything. They just believe that the country that they're working in deserves pull from what they have, what they've unearthed from the ground, which is just all the gold. They believe that the country should also gain something, so they do give portions of all of their work to lead and control their employees. They have a code of business conduct and ethics. It identifies their obligation as a company, as individuals, so as directors, officers, contractors, and even third-party vendors. It makes sure that they comply with all of the laws that are going on in that country, and that they are not allowed to accept bribery, as in all companies should be. It says to report corruption wherever they are. It just gives principles to govern how they work, and it also has many resources that the workers can use if they're found themselves in trouble, just stuff like that. If you're gonna lead a company, you need something. Like, it's more or less just a fail-safe for you. It gives a guideline on what to do, and if someone breaks those rules, how are you gonna react to that? You have to take it seriously because that is your company and you want it to grow, but even if it's a hard decision, you still have to do it. In technology, they have a brand new analytics and unified operations center. They just put on sensors to the equipment, to the workers, and they could see everything that's going underground. They could see how their excavations are improving, how they're not, how they're working actually as well. Just by doing this already, they've upped their production by 10% a day, because they're seeing how the operations actually work, how they function, and they're just making it like minute detail changes just to make sure that everything is all good. Next, one huge thing to this company is their values and ethics. They despise child labor, and under no circumstances do they tolerate, just even in their own words, it says, we support freedom of association. We have a zero tolerance for forced labor or child labor, and enforce a minimum age requirement for all workers. Mining is a sector in which people may not always have the right to just a favorable condition of work, in that their industry operates in environments where where use of forced child labor and stuff like that is like, it's really not popular, but it's like really localized there, in that these freedoms, the freedom of association and the right to participate in labor associations may also be like very strained, because you don't want a child going in there and getting hurt, and just knowing that if anything happened to them, like it's on you. The Barrick Corporation is committed to upholding the elimination of all forms of forced and child labor, to support the effect of just abolishing it altogether. Barrick also supports the rights of workers to join a union and other labor associations. They even extend that to like their third-party vendors and everything. Well, this is my TED Talk, and we're going to be moving on to the next one. If you have any questions, now would be a time to ask. Peace.